everybody, welcome back to the Shell Shack. Glad you all were able to make it back. So for this project, I was watching some YouTube videos on just different like super creative resin ideas, and they show you like a montage of all these different projects and stuff. And there was one I saw in there, and it was if you've ever seen the what is it called? It's like the alcohol ink effect. I think it's really like Daniel Cooper is the mastermind behind this particular technique. And you pretty much, you have your resin, you put in alcohol ink, and then you use like a sinker white that goes on top, and then you basically, you let your resin sit up, and then you draw through it and make some curves and swirls, and then it makes these like little pods or like little tendrils coming out of the resin. And they did it in this frog mold, and I thought that would be really cool, like, because I've made jewelry, like little pendant cabochons and stuff, but I've never tried it in a frog. And then I had some of these glass, like little glass bead things. So I thought, well, let's try to put those in here for his little eyes. And it's not exactly the right size, but we're going to try it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get my black marker out. And in these particular ones, the little eyes are kind of down toward the bottom here. So I don't want them to have squirrely eyes. So what I'm going to do on the back is I'm just going to put like a little tick by his little eyes. And the reason why I'm kind of like pushing through this real quick, guys, is I already mixed our resin. I already got it through the vacuum chamber. So we kind of need to get moving. And I was going to do this all off camera, but then I thought, well, maybe you guys would want to see how this is done. So I decided to bring you along. So there's our little pupil. I'm going to get it down in the little eye. And I'm going to have he's going to be looking down. And the eyes are they're not straight up and down. They are angled kind of off to the sides. So I'm pushing this with the resin, with the UV, down into there. And now what I'm going to do is take my Let's Resin UV pen, and we're going to hit that. And I'm going to hit it from the bottom as well. Just kind of getting this from all sides here. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll do the other side. Now the main thing is I got to line up my tick marks on the back of the little eye thing. And let me grab a tweezer so I can kind of shift this around, and you see down in there. So I got the eyes about at the same thing here. I'm going to go ahead and set it in place before it moves around on me. And in the video it didn't have this, but I thought, well, we have these little glass beads, and they're really pretty, they're really cool, so why not use them? Again, got them on Temu. Okay, so just hit that a little bit, making sure they're set in there good. And probably what I'm going to do when this frog is fully cured and done, I'm going to, it'll be flipped over, and before demolding, I am going to put it under the big UV light for another like 5 minutes, just to make sure that, this part where I'm going through the mold, you saw that in one of our last projects where not every time, and it somehow How did you manage? There, that's better. Oh. Okay, just a little light coating there. It managed to slide down a little bit, probably when I was jibber jabbing. Okay. This is going to be a little challenging because he's already got cured resin on the eye. So it's already kind of formed to that eye. Oh my gosh. Okay, the first one went in like no problem. Of course, it's the second one that causes all the grief. Okay, I'm gonna lean it like that. Kind of sit it on its side here. And I might put another drop of UV resin down in there. It slid down again into that. There's like his little eyebrow is a groove, and it slid right down into that little groove. It did it again. Doggone it. Get. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to get my finger in here. Of course, now it just wants to be all kinds of trouble. Okay, guys, I thought this was going to be the quick and easy part of it. Apparently not. It's definitely fidgety, I will tell you that. If you go to do this, be prepared. It is fidgety. And I let Mike pick out the little eyeball. And of course he picks one where the other, like the other little beads I had, it wouldn't matter how, like up or down or whatever, because the pupil was in the center. No, he had to pick one where it was like looking down. Let's do that for... Okay, what I'm going to do is, now that I got it in its place, I'm going to put it in the UV light. Okay, so I got our resin mixed. I'm just stirring on occasion because I do have quite a bit of resin in here. It is starting to get warm, and I did have to put it in a warm bath too to add insult to injury, because the shell shack is only like at 68 degrees. So, but for the colors, I picked out a moss green, a blue purple, a wine red, a night blue, and a dark purple. So I don't know like how many of these we're going to use, but I figured I picked out some that were kind of cool. And then I also have some of these are metallics, and these are all alcohol inks. So it's colorful blue, which is like a, what do you want to call it? Interference blue and an alcohol ink. And then colorful gold, which has like a gold shimmer to it. This one has a blue shimmer to it. And I thought adding a couple of those might be kind of cool. And then our sinker white. So those are the colors. Okay. Yep, that should be good. All right, I think we're good to go. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and get this resin poured and get our inks in here. And we're going to go, pretty much the only thing we're going to do when we're done is give this a background. And I haven't decided if we're going to go white or black yet. We'll see how the pattern comes out, and maybe we'll do a white since I picked out some dark colors. So I don't want to go all the way to the top. It's pretty close. Okay, and I have some extra resin, which I'll have to find something to put in. So let's go ahead and get Mr. Frog going here. And there are a couple of these that I haven't used yet, so I'm going to have to put my pen in the top. And always give your alcohol inks a good shake. There, there. We won't go so much with this one. Kind of a like a grayish greener color than I thought it was going to be. Okay, and we got our blue purple. Now let's do some red. And some night blue. Okay, hopefully that kind of counteracts that moss green. I will not put that moss green in another piece like this. And then we got, this is a dark purple. Now we're going to go ahead and do our white, and then I will add the metallics. And I'm hoping this comes out primarily like blues and purples and stuff like that. Let's see, do we need... I'll put a drop in that foot too. Okay. Now let's do our colorful blue. I have not put a pin in these either. Okay. Oh. I saw that coming. Okay, so let's... Right. And now for a gold. Boy, I picked a lot of colors I haven't used before. Okay, gold. The golds, the metallics don't react the same as the other inks. That's why I put the white in before the metallics, because they don't really react quite the same. They just spread and kind of do their own thing, but I'm hoping when we pull through some of this other color that it'll, you know, we'll see it. So now I think I got a couple like little blank spots, and I'm gonna go with the blue. So you see the little voids that we're getting. So I'm gonna go with blue, and then anytime you add a color, you gotta add your white on top. And what now we're going to do is we're going to let this sit for about 20 minutes or so, and then it's going to get kind of sticky, stringy, you know. And then when it gets sticky and stringy, what we can do is go back and make our cool designs in our little frog and make some of those like little tendrils coming down and stuff. So there's where we're at so far. You know what? This one area just needs more. But I can let you guys go for now, and then we can come back and we'll take a look at this and draw our cool pattern through it. And then there's pretty much nothing left to do until this cures. So this is going to be hopefully a short video. And then I have to find something to do with this extra resin that's already starting to get pretty warm on me. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you back when this is sticky, and we'll do this again. All right, guys, and we're back. So I found some other little mini molds, like our little shaker molds to put some stuff into. And I still have extra, but we need to get moving on with this frog and stuff before it gets too set up. So what I'm going to do now, I'm using a toothpick, but be very careful not to scrape along the bottom of your mold. You can damage your mold that way. You can scratch it up. So what I'm going to do is just lightly, and really what you're looking for, oh, you probably could see that, is when you put your toothpick in and you lift up, you should see like it's string like cheese, you know, like melted cheese does. And that's when you know you got it at the right point. So we're just going to take our toothpick. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, crap. Hopefully I didn't wait too long. Yeah, this one I might have waited a little too long. This should be interesting. Holy wow. Brr. I'm going to put a heat gun on that real quick. What is that? Oh my gosh. Well, I'm not going to mess with this anymore. I waited because it took me a while to get that eyeball in and stuff. So, ooh, I don't know what that is. It might have flash cured on me a little bit. I think that's what happened, because that part is really hard. I'm trying to poke it back in just so I can still put a coating on it and you won't see it from the back. But now these over here, I'm probably not going to mess with. These over here, they're kind of cool the way they are. They look like little nebulas, and that's in the shaker mold. And I might just be able to squeak out a little something else with this. So, well, with that disaster, I'll let you guys go for now. I'll see you back and we'll put the back coat on this. All right, guys, see you in a little bit. All right, guys. So our piece has cured enough for us to go ahead and put the back coat on. And we're going to use black. Bring out those colors. So when we will hope that all this, so I did get a flash cure. I must have heated, and I put the resin in a bath, and then I put it through the vacuum chamber, and then I let it sit in a cup. So this was on me this time. I haven't had a flash cure in a long time. Darn, broke my record. It's been a while since I've had a flash cure. So what I'm going to do is I have my resin pigment paste Baltic Day Black Abyss, and I'm going to put a little, because I only have like 20 mils of resin in this cup. So we're going to, I just didn't want to put my resin coated stick in the cup or in my paint pot. Okay, I got a paper towel off here, and so we'll mix this up. I'm not going to add anything to it this time. Look at me go. And if this turns out to be a complete failure, I will find something else to pour, and and you guys may not ever see this, or I'll show it to you and just say don't do what I just did. But if it comes out really cool, then hey. Okay, so there's our black. And now this time we're not dilly-dallying. We're gonna pour, and what my hope is that all of these little spaces left, I think I would have been, I mean, it still would have flash cured, but I would have been better off like just not trying to put the swirl pattern in there. That's when I really disturbed the resin, and the parts that had the flash cure, you know, that's what kind of messed up on us a little bit. So maybe if I would have just let alone it would have been fine. And the toes did not flash cure on me. What are you doing under there? Get back in your home. Get over there. Okay. And later on in the video, I'd like to show you guys some like some follow-ups to some of our previous stuff that we've done. Maybe when we come back before this gets demolded, I'll show you some of the stuff from our candle making. I had a couple of pieces that like I didn't know what to do with, so I figured out what to do with it. And these, I'm checking our little shakers. I don't think I'm going to back our shakers though. And now, again, I've mixed up more resin than what I need. And that can, I might have to just shave down a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so there's our frog for what it's worth. I still need to go find yet another mold and put our extra black into. Maybe I'll use some chameleon powder and we'll back it in black. So, all right, guys. Well, I don't know if you're actually going to see this video. Oh my gosh. Can't believe that flash cured on me. But, I mean, I did dilly-dally a little too long. And it's 4-hour fast cure resin, too. So, I didn't help my cause by using fast cure today. But, I kind of wanted to get this frog done and see how it would come out. And that's on me. That's all on me. Sometimes, you know, you have days like this. And you either say, hey, I'm going to go to bed, get up tomorrow and try again, or you just push through and see what happens. So we're going to try to push through and see what happens. All right, all. Well, I will see you guys all back on demold, and we'll have a few extras to demold as well. All right, guys. See you later. Hey, guys. And we're back. All right. So a lot has transpired since I saw you all last. Last night when I filmed, it was only a few seconds for you all, but when I filmed, I said, I think my resin is flash curing. Well, folks, I was correct. It did flash cure. It didn't flash cure like crazy but that was way too many likes in a sentence. Sorry about that. But it did enough that it caused bubbles, and I had some issues. So I got up last night and I had to see what this frog looked like. I couldn't sleep until I knew what this frog looked like, because I didn't know if I was going to be pouring another frog for you all. So I just kind of wanted to go to sleep knowing what I needed to do. So here's our frog. We got some tendrils, some interesting things. I think the colors did mix, probably because of the flash cure, just a little too much. So they did mix a little bit, and I got kind of a brownish thing going on. But to me, he looks very galaxy-like. And I had some issues with the eyes, so I'm working on fixing those. I mean, they came out looking like eyes, but there was some bubbles behind the UV resin because these eyes are not the right size for this frog. I thought I did all my trimming. So there we have it. And what I thought I would do, I'm trying to salvage this frog. So I have some like celestial washi tape. And I don't know if I'm going to go with like a thin line down his back or maybe like a medium size. That one's kind of weird. Oh, here we go. What about this one? Yeah, oh yeah, that matches actually. And I was kind of give him a streak going down his back. And hopefully it'll cover some of like what's going on here. And just pretty much going to do this as a giveaway. I gotta fix a bubble in his toe. I mean, he's got issues, guys. So that aside, I went ahead and poured this because I wanted to get the resin. I wanted to get everything done so you guys wouldn't have to go through the whole process again. But this time I used water blue, green. This is all from Sig Wang. These are all alcohol inks from Sig Wang. I used Signal Yellow and Green Gold as my little... Now, in this frog, the glitter did come through. Like, if you look in there, I don't know if you guys can see that. You can see some glitter, especially like back in the legs. You can see some glitter come through, and I really did like that. So I thought, well, that's, you know, that we're going to keep that effect. And I decided, because I like the gold that came out in this one so much, I'm going to add the same stuff to this frog. And the same thing with this, since I didn't get to show you guys a good twirl with the stick, what I'm going to do is bring you back when this is tacky enough, like yesterday when we made the strings, but it's not going to be as tacky as yesterday, hopefully. So we'll try to catch it a little sooner, make sure we don't do a flash cure. I didn't leave it in the vacuum chamber very long. I didn't I'm going to put some more white in here too. I didn't fuss around with it. And that's why I figured, well, I'll get on with you all and tell you all what happened after I get this poured, so that way we don't have another flash cure. So that's where we're at all. Oh, some other things while this guy is doing a thing over here. We'll just leave him doing his thing. Besides that, I told you I poured some extra, so I still got to put the little lids on and do some trimming, but here's our turtle. And that's with that gold I just put in, the frog and the green. And then I did the seashell with that, I think it was dark red or something, and the gold. So red and gold. Mr. Seal here, which they all need trimmed. I was waiting for them to cure up, you know, make sure they're fully cured before I start trimming on them. But that is done with the purple. I did the purple and the red with the yellow, or no, purple red with the glitter. And there's that, or the metallic ink, not glitter. I'm having a day, all. And then there's Mr. Octopus, and he was done purple and the red color we used yesterday. So there's the colors on the back. You can kind of see. I went more purple on this one, straight up purple, a little bit more white. And then this one got the purple and the red. There's the back of that one, green and gold, and just the red, the white, and some gold. So there's those guys. They came out very cute. If I don't drop them all over myself. And then I made, I had a little bit more, so I made a couple more like little starfish, and I gave them a back coat of UV resin. So that's a back coat. And I had extra black from doing the back of the frog, so that's where the black came from. We don't let anything go to waste around here. And if you saw one of my last videos, we made this out of some extra magic pour. So while I was waiting on Frog to do what he needed to do, I went ahead and basically took my markers and I just colored the piece, and then I gave it a coat of UV resin. So there we go. And it already had a glaze on it, you know, the sealant. So that was already there, so I didn't have to do anything there. So there's our, and this I'm going to put a couple of refrigerator magnets, or little magnets on it. It could be a refrigerator magnet. It takes 3 on these. These are a little heavier. So there's that one. And I think that's where we're at for the now. So I will see you guys back when Mr. Frog here is ready to be whirled and twirled. All right, guys. See you soon. Hey, y'all. And we're back. 1 second. I got a little crazy and turned it on the record before I could get my mic plugged in. All right, so we are at the stirry point. So unlike yesterday, hopefully this goes a little better. So we are gonna, remember, don't to ever touch the bottom of your molds. I'm just gonna go And this is how this should have worked yesterday for us. So far so good. Okay, and I'm just kind of giving random. You guys do whatever design you want to do for your froggy. And for the middle, okay, what I did is and it was hard to see from your angle, but I started like in the middle, I started shallow, and then as I went around and around, I got deeper and deeper, not touching the mold, but got deeper and deeper because, you know, the frog has got some body to him, so I wanted that swirl to come down into his body. And then I think what I'm going to do is just give his little head a twirl. And there we go. So that's all we got to do. And I might put one more drop of colorful gold in the middle. Just let it, and I'm just going to leave that and let it do its thing. So we'll see what happens. And I think it's going to go out and then it comes, oh, you can see it. It comes right back in. So that might be kind of cool. So we'll see what that does. All right, guys. Well, I will check you back on, oh, I did do one other thing I can show you all. So there is Mr. Frog now dressed up a little bit with his celestial washi tape on. I just went from, and I just basically brought it to a point here, brought it back down his body, and then I brought it to a point here between his legs. Alrighty, so there we go. I got a couple other things I need to do on him, and I'm just going to call him done at that point. And I still have some trimming to do on those other pieces, but that's where we are for now. So I will see you guys back when Mr. Frog here is ready for his back coat. All right, guys, see you soon. Hey y'all, and we're back. So I've been a busy bee here, and so these we made in a different video using extra resin, but I decided while I was sitting here waiting on our frog to get done that I would finish off my little keychains. So these just need the hardware pieces, but so I got a turtle, a sun, a sailboat, and a tree with a leaf, and seahorses, and a triquetra. I got these in new. These are a whole set of like Celtic knot charms, so those are really cool. We'll have to do a lot more with those. And look at this. I found two little tiny turtles, and then so we have a baby turtles and mama turtle. So I thought that was really cute because they're swimming out to the beach to meet up with mama. And I don't even think Mikey saw that one, so I'm going to show that to him really quick.
Oh, how adorable.
Adorbs. Mikey approved. And we have another triquetra, and then I have a starfish with a sand dollar. I also put I think I showed you guys, I put a clear coat on our little magnet thing, but I think I showed that to you all already. And I'm going to show you the final version of Mr. Frog, the old frog, when he comes out of the UV machine, because I've been working on him too. So here is, and what I did is instead of, I didn't have enough room left in the mold to actually pour like a whole white layer. So what I did is I got some of my just colored UV resin in white, and I put that on the back, just a nice thin coat, just to give it a backer. And then now let's see what we got. I'm excited, because this one didn't mess up on us. It didn't flash cure. And hopefully we won't get brown. And I'm not going to look either. If you guys can't see it, I can't see it either. And Mike can't see it. So we're all going to be surprised all together. And voila! Oh, wow!
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, well that's more of what I kind of had in mind. I wish, you know, I told you guys, remember I told you I swirled down deep into this? It didn't seem to make much of a difference. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. So what he needs is he needs his little eyes done. His little eyes, he needs some eyes. And I love how the toes came out, how they came out a lot darker. That looks pretty cool. So we'll give him a little face, and I have to decide if there's anything else I'm going to do with him. In different angles you get different, like you get different greens, see? If I turn it like that, you get one side. If I turn it like that, you get more of the white. So there we go. All right. So we're going to dress him up, and I'll come right back and we'll give you some final shots, and I'll show you the other frog after I dolled him all up. All right, guys, I'll see you in a minute. Hey, y'all, and we're back. So here's how our little frogs came out. So I put a final coat of UV on them, gave them some gold around the eyebrows, and it was just because those eyes came out kind of weird, so I'm just trying to hide that. I gave him a coat of UV resin, and with, to go over the washi tape, put some gold down his back, and that's pretty much it. So there we go. There's froggy number one. I think he's rescued. He looks rescued. And I gave him some better toes. So now he's got nice little toes. So I fixed the bubbles on the toes. So there we go. And our other Froggy's got gave him some gold on his eyes and mouth and little nose nostril thingies, and gave him a flower. So he's got a little flower on his bum. I didn't want to cover up too much. Mike was joking with me, and he said, give him a sombrero. But he's like, no, I'm just joking. You don't have to do that, because then we cover up everything we did. So we just left him, her, whatever. Very simple. So there we go. There's our little other frog. And I want to point out to you all, and I'll be right back. We got some new additions here in the Shell Shack. So I want to show off a little bit, something Mike did for us. So let's see. I'm looking for some cool, there he is. There's my lizard. So we had some issues with our lighting. I would tell you guys, yeah, this is a purple blah blah blah. And in the lighting, Mike actually looked it up and found that UV light, or not UV light, but LED lights do not give off the proper frequency, like light emission. So it actually blocks the red and the purples?
Yep.
It actually blocks the reds and the purples, so that your stuff either looks more blue than what it really is if it's purple, or in our case, because it's dark, it looked black. So the candles actually look black in the video. But so he got me very nice lights, and I'll hold the frogs right up. And this is a broad spectrum light. It's meant for plants. It actually gives off true light. So here's our candle from the last time, and you can see it actually is purple, guys. I wasn't joking. We put purple mica powder in it. It is dark purple. So there's the candle. And back quite a few videos ago now, I put that plum color in the lizard. And the lizard, Mike was like, man, that's not purple, that's black. What did you put in there? But I guarantee you it was purple. And with these lights, you can actually see that it is purple. So there we go. There's Mr. Lizard that we made with the keys and the cogs in it. Our little steampunk lizard. And he is purple. So there's the bottom, so you can really see that color. So yeah, it is purple. Now, I will tell you, if you get a broad spectrum light that mimics true sunlight, don't have it on when you're doing a lot of UV work. I noticed when I was making all my little doodads here, I noticed that I started pouring the UV on, and with these lights on, it actually started kind of curing. Like, not like if it was under a UV lamp, but like if I had it outside, or if, you know, like when I get the strong sun coming through the windows, I don't do a lot of UV stuff, because even the sun coming through the window will set off the UV. It'll start curing it. So I actually had to turn my lights off and only use the main light in here when I was doing the UV stuff. But otherwise, when you're looking at like what the true color of your piece is, they're really awesome. And I hope this comes through the camera. We'll find out. Also, and I think I might have showed you guys in the last video, but I'm not sure. We improved upon our, well, this was the candle mold that I poured in Magic Pour, and I didn't know what the heck to do with it. So I made this coaster top. I put a glaze on it and a little bit of pearl and put some gold around the edge and colored the hands. And now we have a candle stand. Well, obviously this doesn't go together, but you guys get the idea. So you have like a little candle stand. So that's what I decided to do with it, because it was just going to sit on my shelf and take up space unless I figured something out. So that's what I decided to do with it. And originally I made the little rose candle to go on, but it looks kind of ridiculous, doesn't it? So it looks so small compared to that. But so anyways, so that was a couple of things I wanted to mention. So if you like this video, or again, as always, if you take pity upon me and my trials and tribulations, please hit that like button. I sure do appreciate it. If you like joining us out here in the Shell Shack, which, oh, in next video, I will show you the completed version of Mike's pulley system that he designed for me to get stuff out of my top shelf area. So I'll show you that in the next video. In the loft, he said it's the loft. Storage area. It's where I keep all my stuff for craft shows and stuff. But he redesigned the system, because before it was a little wonky. I guess you might, if I've seen that one of the last videos, we showed you how kind of it was wobbly. And when I'm by myself in here trying to get stuff down, it was a little difficult. But we'll go into more of that on the next video. And if you like joining us here in the Shell Shack and seeing what maybe we can get up to next, then please hit that subscribe button. I sure do appreciate you. And thank you for coming and joining us today. And hey, you know, you got 2 frogs for the price of 1. What can I tell you? 2 froggies, price of 1. And hopefully you guys will have to leave me a comment down below if you think we actually saved this frog right here.
I shall name him Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel, Gretel.
Yes.
Yes. All right, guys. And maybe at some point we can get Mike to join us making frogs or an octopus or something, and he can you can see his skills at work. So I'll mix the resin for him, though. We won't let him touch the resin. But you know, I don't even, as you guys could see, it's not always a given that everything's going to come out just right. You guys know resin, it has a mind of its own. But anyways, hopefully we can get him to join us at one point and not just be in the background running drills and stuff. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I will see you all on the next one. Goodbye from the Emerald Coast.